What's up, everybody? I'm Justin Boyd.
Frank Cooper.
Jorge Luna.
And we're the Watchers in the Basement. We're here today to talk about Shazam. We're going to review the movie. It's a DC Films movie. And guys, DC finally has a good movie. I think so. What do y'all think?
Man, I had no expectations for this movie. After the debacle of Batman vs. Superman and the garbage trash heap of a movie in Justice League, I was like, you know what?
Don't forget Suicide Squad.
That's the worst movie.
That's probably the worst movie.
Yeah.
So I had no expectations for it. So going into it, even the opening scene, I was like, okay, this is gonna catch my attention. And like from the cast, the kids in the movie, man, like the one-liners, man, the jokes, the how they all bounce off each other, I thought was magnificent.
Yeah.
Let me say, the only reason I went to go watch this movie is because Justin said it was good. I did not want to see this movie. It looked awful. The characters just looked like cartoonish. I didn't like the costume. It looked super corny to me. And then Justin said to give it a chance, and Frank went to go watch it yesterday and watched it as well. And it wasn't bad. Like, it was cheesy at some points, but it was a funny movie. It was funny, even the character development as well with the kids, and I thought it was a great movie.
I was kind of frustrated at first, but then I had to keep in mind because Shazam's a grown man, but he's a man child. It's a 14-year-old boy metamorphing into a grown man. So some of the quirks that he was how how the proverbial superhero finds out his origin story and his powers and how he works to work out the kinks. I was frustrated at first, but I was like, you know what? This is a 14-year-old kid. I probably would have done the same things he did.
Trying to go buy beer.
Yeah, trying to buy beer and
go to a strip club.
Me it would be fruit snacks, but and playing with his powers.
I mean, you could buy those as a 14-year-old kid.
This is true. Love
true.
America. No, man. I thought once I had that perspective in place and realized it was a kid in a man's body, and once I realized that, it was cool. His sidekick, his kid brother or foster brother
he
stole the show.
The comic relief.
So many funny lines from that kid. Yeah. And I think you talked about him, the fact that he's a 14-year-old kid. That's a big difference between other superheroes because they usually get their powers. Maybe they get them when they're a kid or whatever, but we see them as adults, and it's always like a burden. They're always like, I have to save the world today, and it's like this terrible thing. But then here's this guy who is a kid, and he's 14. All of a sudden, he has superpowers. So it's then we see scenes of them testing, what kind of powers do you have? Can you?
That's a great montage.
Yeah. Super strength.
All the YouTube videos that we're making, I was feeling that was ridiculous. You make a YouTube channel to show all these things. It's kind of funny, but still, I'm surprised that doctor didn't find them sooner.
Right.
And what's so funny, one of the scenes where he's basically charging for pictures and stuff. And I'm like, dude, because he's 14, he has no money. Yeah. He's come up in the foster system. I would have done the same thing. I thought the realism of what a 14-year-old kid would do if he or she came across those powers, I thought it was very realistic from that standpoint.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's a 14-year-old who was left at his mom just leaves him at this carnival, which is a really terrible scene. Because initially
and both of you are laughing.
Well, it was a presentation of it. Don't get me wrong. It was very sad at first, right? Because
when they play it the first time.
Yeah. From the beginning of the movie, you see from his perspective of as a kid, he's there and he's with his mom, and he walks off and he can't find his mom. Mm-hmm. So for the majority of the movie, you see from his perspective, and then once she shows up, the mother shows up and she explains from her perspective, and then they replay the flashback.
It's kind of awful.
And then she says, "Oh yeah, I saw you walk off." I'm like,
Mother of the Year award.
What? So heartless,
right? And I was a jerk, man. I was the only one laughing when I heard that part. It was just because I didn't expect her to say that. Mothers are maternal, they're nurturers.
No, it was definitely a twist.
It threw me off, and then that memento that he had, the keychain,
right?
That he had,
the globe, I think it had the directions on it.
Yeah. He was a 4. He was a baby, 3 or 4 when he walked off, and to give her back that keychain that she won from him at the carnival, and for her to say, "Oh, what's that?" I'm like, dude, what a D move! How do you do that? That's amazing to me. So
well, and the mom, like when we first find out that she, he gets lost. The whole movie, I'm thinking, how does he not, like, how do the cops not find her at this crime? Like, how is she not looking for a kid? But that's the fact, she wasn't looking for him. She just, like, she saw an opportunity to, like, ditch this kid, and she's like, cool. Like, she just loses him.
Dude, if we had a Justice League of Great Parenting, Tyrion Lannister, freaking Rhaegar Targaryen, freaking Billy Batten's mama, dude, that would be like the Justice League of Bad Parenting. That's pretty amazing.
She's pretty bad.
That's
just pretty bad.
Not pretty bad. That was awful.
So, but the fact that he grows up as he's a foster kid really plays a huge part in the movie, because he goes from foster to foster, and finally he finds his home where this younger couple, they have 5 other kids.
Yeah, 5 kids.
And so he has all these brothers and sisters all of a sudden, and then we get introduced to these, and they're all characters. They're all like, you have the cute little girl, you have the older sister who's like has college aspirations. You have the younger, probably the same age brother, it's actually Freddie Freeman is named the character, played by Jack Dylan Grazer. Kid steals the show. He's super funny. He's a disabled kid. That's what he plays in the movie, and he has so many funny lines. He even has a funny Game of Thrones joke. Which I think
the pushing out the window.
Yeah,
he's like, how do you think I got injured?
Yeah, he's like, they may seem nice. He's like, but it gets real Game of Thrones out there.
That was funny.
Like, I laughed out loud because I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. I'm always amazed with child actors, man, how it's one thing to recite a line. It's another thing to recite it in such a form and platform of like me believing that you mean this, or that you're conveying this, and like it takes talent. And for him to still show the way he did, man, like if there's a sequel, he has to be in the sequel. Like
for sure.
Oh,
I think awesome.
Yeah, I think they're, because apparently, I mean, later on in the movie, spoiler, they are given the same powers that Billy has. Where Billy simply says the word Shazam, and he has pretty much all the powers that Superman has. So it's I mean, he's like one of the most powerful superheroes.
I think that's going to be the weird thing, though, for the next movie. When you said they're making a sequel already, since all of them have the power, like some of them are little kids. Like what if they just like start using it for like the dumbest reasons? Like
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Shazam! Boom! Just,
yeah.
But that's what I like about this movie so much, is that it's not your typical superhero movie. These are.
No, it's not.
It shows you how kids would be that had such great power. It kind of goes back to that Peter Parker, Uncle Ben line, like with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Well, they can't even they can't even begin to understand that, because I think the youngest is 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And she has also this power of like super light and super speed and super strength. Like it really puts a perspective of.
I think the kids. I don't think the kids have the same. I think they have. So I think I said that wrong earlier. So Shazam has all these powers. I think they only have certain powers.
Do they get like one of each?
I think so.
Or something?
Because I think you remember the movie, like Freddy's superhero persona can fly.
Yeah.
But I don't know the other ones can.
No, they I don't think they did.
Whereas the one kid was super strong.
Yeah, you're right.
And then
I think you're right. Yeah.
I didn't catch it.
I don't know they have all the
girl
powers.
was super fast. The little girl was super fast.
Right.
The other guy could fly.
Yeah.
The guy was really strong.
Yeah.
And then I think one of them had the lightning or something like that. And
Yeah.
then,
So the other 5 had the single components of like.
I think so.
They have some of those
Shazam,
powers, yeah.
And then Zach Levi's character had all those powers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Combined.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch
That's
that.
what I think.
Okay.
Well, I didn't catch that either until you
Yeah,
said that.
I was just thinking about that, because you don't see, the only one you see flying is the one.
Yeah.
Freddy's character
Yeah.
who becomes superhero.
Yeah.
So, that maybe that's how you can you have this super powered family. They only have, they have amazing powers, but they don't all have the same power.
Yeah.
I could be totally wrong about that. So
Well,
Let us know in the comments.
wouldn't be
if
the
we're wrong.
first time. Yeah, let us know.
what power would you guys? So out of the 5 acronyms, the 5 power components of Shazam, which
Can you go over them
Yeah,
first?
so let's break it down. So Shazam is an acronym, right? So the S is the wisdom of Solomon. So we could all use that.
I don't want that. I'm good.
The H is the strength of Hercules, which, that'd be nice. A is the stamina of Atlas, which also includes his invulnerability, which we see in the movie where they test bullets. It's funny, he gets shot with bullets, and he's like, you're what is it, bullet immunity or whatever. And I'm like, just say bulletproof.
Yeah.
I can't hardly say the word, but the kid nailed it in the show. Z, the power of Zeus. Obviously, Zeus was these are all like Greek gods.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, sure.
The other A, courage of Achilles.
Mm-hmm.
And in the M, speed of Mercury, which also includes flight. So that explains that part of it. So which one would you choose?
Oh man, I want super speed because I would never have to drive my car again. I can save gas money forever.
Forever.
I like speed too because it also includes flight. So
Exactly.
you're basically the Flash / Superman, sorta. You don't have the strength, but yeah.
No more Southwest Airlines, no more United. I can just run across the pond to London.
Yeah.
Just be careful while you're flying the friendly skies because if you're running into something,
it could be a be a wrap. Yeah.
What about you, George?
Ah, man, that one's tough. Honestly, I would say the power of flight, but that's included with the speed one. But I like the Thunderbolt. Like Thunderbolts, just be able to summon lightning. He's like, does it come out of my eyes?
It's like doing work. That's so awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go with speed. Speed and flight. That's the best ones.
Yeah.
So we talked about the child actors. What y'all think about Zachary Levi? He plays he's Shazam, the fully formed superhero version.
So I've seen him in Chuck. I used to watch that show like a lot, and I think he did a great part for this role. Like I had no idea about anything about Shazam. Like, but I think he did a good job.
He did do a good job. I wasn't frustrated by him. I think I was more frustrated by him running away from the villain for the majority of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But you brought up a good point that this is a 14-year-old kid.
Yeah, that's
and
why
he's scared, and I get that. But like once he finally manned up and his family got kidnapped and his back was against the wall and he fought, I started enjoying the character. But as far as the comic, the comedy behind Zachary Levi and the quirks, I thought he did a great job as far as
it was good back and forth between him and what was it?
Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, that character. I thought they had a great rapport. And
yeah,
I love that about them. And if DC does it right, they can make this a concrete focal character for the rest of the movies on out. So.
This could be their vehicle to bring back Superman in some form. I mean,
Yeah.
Superman's referenced in the movie a lot.
Yeah, it is.
You even kind of
there's
a scene with he's in the movie, but not really. You should kind of check that out. But a lot of good stuff in the movie with Superman and Batman too. Batman is there's Batman stuff in it. There's the Batarang is in the movie.
So is that why people weren't that surprised when they see a superhero? They just see him walk by like it's nothing, like because they're living in that universe where Batman and Superman exist, and because he was like charging people's phones.
You're right.
No one was like, "Oh my God, what's happening?"
I know they weren't like stunned.
It's just like something like, "Oh, okay." Like we see the Flash all the time. We see this guy all the time.
That must be it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm glad. I'm kind of glad they didn't tie it to any other superhero because you know how the other movies previously were tied to other DC films. I like how it was kind of like its own
standalone.
It's a standalone. So like
standalone, but it's still in the same universe.
It's the same universe, but like it wasn't like tied to Justice League or tied to anything. It gave. I think DC what they struggle with so much is that they lack character development of other characters. Like Batman and Superman is always going to be the bread and butter. They're struggling. Let's make another Batman franchise. Let's make a Superman franchise. So it was actually pretty cool to see them cultivate this Shazam character and see him blossom, like because he's blossoming. Like for a guy like me, I'm a big comic book fan, but I knew nothing of Shazam. So for me to watch the movie and how he was conveyed on film and brought out the comic books, I thought it was pretty cool. And I think if DC does it right, he could be a mainstay for years to come.
Yeah, and I was telling y'all, I thought it was like a Marvel movie. That's why I liked it. There was character development. It was more realistic because they were in Philadelphia. They weren't in a made up city like Gotham or Metropolis.
I didn't catch that either.
Yeah, they were in Philadelphia.
I didn't think about that.
And you're right. Like obviously, it's in a universe where superheroes exist because Superman is mentioned a lot. Kids are wearing his little brother's foster brother Freddie. He's wearing Aquaman shirts. He's wearing Batman, Superman. He's got all this stuff. And I really think that added a realism to it. As much as you can add to a superhero movie, like it made it feel, kind of real.
Yeah.
But Zachary Levi, I didn't know much about him either. Like Chuck was on TV for a while, and so like I saw a couple episodes here and there. I saw commercials, but I didn't know much about him. But actually, we learned today, like he's not a rookie for superhero movies. He was actually he was in 2 Thor movies. He was in Dark World.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And
you showed me
he
today.
died in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
What did he play?
He's one of Thor's friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The blonde dude. He had like a wig.
Yeah, he looked totally different.
He looked completely different.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was in that movie.
So.
Oh wow! Did not know that.
Yeah.
So he was a veteran of Marvel movies, but then he was
Got his
killed
own
off.
movie.
Yeah, got his own movie. I think he might be DC's guy. I really
might
think
be.
so. Like maybe Aquaman too, because Aquaman made him a lot of money. I didn't see
Yeah.
the movie, but
I didn't either.
I mean it made a ton of money, so I'm sure we'll see more Aquaman movies.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, we're seeing more Shazam. They're already working on the sequel right now. The movie just came out like 3 weeks ago.
So what did you guys think of the post-credit scene? Because I don't know if y'all caught the caterpillar that came out in the post-credit scene, but
I didn't catch
Yeah,
that.
I didn't catch it.
in the beginning where the villain comes out, like as a kid, he goes in there and they do a zoom in, like a close-up of a caterpillar inside this glass like little jar like that. And then you see that in the beginning of the movie, you didn't really think much of it. But after that, you see when they all escape and he goes back and
all the monsters.
all the seven deadly
Yeah.
sins escape. And then you see after the aftermath of everything, you see that the glass is broken. And you see that that caterpillar's not there anymore. And it was a quick shot, like you wouldn't not caught
I
it.
didn't catch it.
But I saw it. I was like, okay, well, it's not there anymore. And then he comes out at the end of the movie.
So what does the caterpillar represent?
I have no idea. It's probably another character,
Yeah.
I'm guessing, for the following movie, because he seemed like a villain.
Yeah.
He was probably in there. That was his prison.
Oh.
Probably so.
Probably.
So when the seven deadly sins monsters broke out, he broke out with them as well.
Yeah, somehow, like between all the madness and everything, something broke.
Mm.
So speaking of villains, what y'all think about the bad guy in this movie?
Mark Strong. I love him as an actor. I think he's kind of dry as a villain. I didn't think he had much personality.
Mm-hmm.
In the movie, like towards the end, they kind of make fun of it. Like he did his little villain speech, but he's so far away. It's like
That was funny.
that was hilarious,
so
right?
Yeah.
But it kind of shows shade to Mark Strong as a villain, because like every villain does that. It was just just lacked personality. It lacked creativity. One of the parts I loved was when he threw his brother out of the window.
Yo, I did not see that coming.
No.
That was cold blooded.
That was Game of Thrones like.
He just threw him straight out the window.
Yeah, because it was rated G up to that point.
Yeah.
And like he just threw him out of a window. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
And then the other dude gets his head eaten during the
His dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
No, not his
Oh,
dad.
one of the board members.
Yeah, but one of the board members. I didn't see that coming through. I didn't think it was gonna be that graphic.
Yeah, it was pretty gangster.
Yeah.
I thought this villain kind of lacked personality. In my opinion, I wish he was a little bit more colorful. I'm not really educated on the villain from the comic books. Maybe he's that dry in the comic books as well. I'm not sure.
I'm not either. So.
But I thought he was kind of dry.
Yeah, the villain, his name was Dr. Thaddeus Savannah. So
Thaddeus.
yeah, I mean he was kind of, it's like a one-note kind of bad guy. Like he had something happen to him as a child where he was actually supposedly going to be the next champion that this wizard selects. And actually, he actually decides to go with the seven deadly sins.
I didn't see that coming either, because I was like, all right, he got it back. He's like, he's gonna be a great guy from now on. Wrong, like completely wrong.
He totally.
He's like, you know what? I'm
bad
done.
guy.
Let me just do the complete opposite and become the bad guy, and still get all the power.
Yeah.
He was an interesting villain, but I agree with Frank.
And I don't know if anybody else caught this, but the guy that plays the father, plays Savannah's father. The actor's name is John Glover. He played Lionel Luthor in Smallville, if you'll ever watch Smallville. So he's a veteran of DC properties. And you also check out Smallville. If you like Superman, you should watch Smallville. It's pretty good. It's like probably the best Superman thing that we've had in a long time.
Really?
Well, I
I
mean,
saw a couple episodes.
Man of Steel's okay.
Yeah.
Batman versus Superman, there's decent parts in the beginning. It's kind of dumb at the end. Justice League, I'll be honest, like I just kind of fast forwarded through it.
Wait a minute, your mom's name's Martha too?
Exactly.
I'm just
That's
making
it.
sure, because
That's it.
everything is good now.
Right.
We have the same. Our mom have the same name. Okay.
Yeah, we're about to kill each other,
Yeah.
but some fluke. We have this. Yeah, our mothers have the same name. Yeah.
Love that.
Great plot.
Great writing.
there. Yeah, good job. Good job.
Good job, DC.
But no, this one. I thought Zachary Levi nailed the part. And actually, what I was thinking throughout the whole movie, I was like, this guy could have been Superman. Or he could be their Superman. And now it's like, it doesn't matter because maybe his character's as good as Superman.
Yeah.
And it's a way to bring Superman back, I think. You know, they need something because they're getting killed by Marvel. And let's face it, like Endgame's coming out this weekend. Shazam's had a good run top the box office. It's about to end like in dramatic fashion.
Yeah. It's one of those things where DC known for a while that Endgame's coming out in April.
Yeah.
I would either made it come out in February, but possibly have the momentum yourself. Because now when Endgame coming out tomorrow and Friday, it's gonna be a blip on the radar at this point.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they had 2 weeks, right? I mean.
At least 3 weeks.
Yeah, 2-3 weeks.
What's really interesting is Captain Marvel came out in March, right? And actually, Captain Marvel was actually, for the Shazam fans out there, Shazam was actually Captain Marvel. That was part of Shazam was the name of the comic, but the character's name was Captain Marvel. And then there's a legal battle between DC and Marvel, and then DC decided to just change the character completely. So it's kind of interesting that both their movies come out with these characters who had the same name or share the name. They come out within a month of each other. It's kind of interesting.
That's amazing.
You know, I thought Shazam was way better. I mean, I like Marvel movies, but I thought Shazam was way, way, way better than Captain Marvel.
And it's more the story. The power of persuasion really plays a part, because when you told me yesterday, you was like, it's better than most of the single solo Marvel movies. I was like, what?
Yeah, I really believe that.
Yeah, and now that I watched it, like I like Shazam better than all the Iron Man movies. I like him better than the first two Thor movies.
I like Iron Man 1.
I like the first Iron Man 2.
The first one, I don't think it's better than that. I did like it.
I think Thor, Ragnarok is better than Shazam. The other two, Shazam.
Yeah.
Shazam's better than the other two movies.
Yeah.
Captain America, I think the second two Captain America movies are, Civil War is basically an Avengers movie.
Yeah,
so
basically.
It's hard to call that a solo movie.
Yeah.
But, what's the second one?
Civil War.
No,
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. Which there's a lot of characters in that one.
Yeah.
But for standalone, I think it's better than the Hulk.
Oh yeah.
Oh
my God.
I think better than both Ant-Man movies. I think.
Yeah, Doctor Strange. I think Doctor Strange is pretty good, but I think I like Shazam better. Although it kind of reminds me. What do you think about the costume? The costume or the suit that Shazam
I didn't
wears?
like it. That's what turned me away from the movie in the beginning.
That's
what's the reason, because of that suit. Because they look too cartoonish, and it made Zachary Levi look so weird. Because he's not that big, dude.
Yeah, he looks super cheesy in that suit.
Yeah.
I'd love to see something alteration. I mean, I know that's like probably the original Shazam suit, but I'd love to see alteration. Either with color schemes or something like.
Well, they could still do that for the next movie, hopefully.
Yeah, maybe.
So, but overall, what do y'all think? Should they watch? Not watch?
I say yes.
I say
absolutely.
Watch.
Yeah.
I say watch. Just go check it out if you're looking for a laugh and good movie. I think it's definitely worth it.
And this weekend, if you can't get in-game tickets, go see Shazam.
Go see Shazam.
Check it out. Next weekend, maybe in-game will be less crowded, and you can check it out. And so, we appreciate y'all watching. Thank you.
See you next time.